Good morning, my dear students. And today is my first YouTube class. And as per your requirement, today we will discuss about the topic of social science. The chapter that we are going to start, the second chapter of the history, and the name of the chapter is Rise of Gandhi and Freedom Movement in India. So, as we all know, that Gandhi is one of the pioneer person of India's freedom movement. He is one of the main prominent leader of India's freedom movement. Under his leadership, India got its independence, as we all know. So, in this chapter we will discuss how Gandhi became the leader of India at the time of independence. So, as we all know, Gandhi was born and brought up in Gujarat, Porbandar, and after that he moved to South Africa for doing the course of barrister. And after, when he went to South Africa, there he also formed various movements against the racism. So he became a famous leader in South Africa also. And after some time, he came to India and found that India's condition is very much bad due to this explosion of the British, which is done by the Britishers from last many years. So Gandhi at first asked all the peoples of India to gradually gather them. At first Gandhi seen that it is not possible for India to get independence now because the peoples of India were not united fully. So he told all the leaders of the country to unite the people and develop the feelings of nationalism, feelings of Indian, we should unite it as an Indian, these feelings should be developed inside the minds of the people. So in between this time, Gandhi always followed the path of the Ahimsa and Satyagraha. In various movements we find that he followed the path of the Satyagraha and non-violence. Gandhi always believed in the non-violence. The word Satyagraha was first used by the Gandhi at the time in South Africa, which means people should be aware. People should follow the path of the truth and always follow the path of the non-violence. Without non-violence, a movement cannot get success. This is the thinking of Gandhi. And after that, in India, he first started the movement in Champaran against the British exploitation in favor of the peasants who is exploited by the landlords and all. And after that, in the First World War started. So after the First World War, Britishers in 1919 passed one act. The name of the act is Rowlatt Act 1919. With this act, Britishers can capture anyone and put into the jail without due trial. Gandhiji started movement and he wrote many things against this act. He told that this act is very much harmful for the common people of India. Without due trial, no one can be put into the jail. And after that, another important movement was started by Mahatma Gandhi is the Satyagraha or non-violence movement. The main motto of this movement to unite the people of India and ask them to follow the path of the Satyagraha, because follow the path of the non-violence. According to the Gandhi, without non-violence, no movement can get successful. So he asked the people, he started a movement which is known as non-violence movement. People should follow the path of the truth and non-violence. This is the main motto of the Gandhi. And in between this time in 1919, in the month of the April, on 13th April, one very bad incident happened into India, which is known as Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Generally, Jallianwala Bagh massacre means that it's a place in Punjab. Jallianwala Bagh is a place in Punjab where in one day many people gathered together and doing a meeting. So at that meeting, this area was fully, Jallianwala Bagh area was fully covered by walls and there is only one gate to enter into the place. So when the meeting is going on, Britishers come with full force and then they attack the common people and many people are killed at that massacre. So after that incident, whole country was under the shock for a long time. Gandhi also agitated against the Britishers, including the Rabindranath Tagore and many others, all the pioneer persons of India were against these activities of the British. They all speak against this. And then another incident happened which is known as Khilafat movement. Khilafat movement is generally basically belongs towards the Muslim community. These peoples were this Khilafat was called, Sultan of the Turkey was called the Khilafat. Khilafat means the messenger of God. Muslim peoples believed that Sultan of Turkey is the messenger of God. But at the time of 1919 or 1920, his condition was very much bad due to the explosion done by the Britishers. And he lost his control over the Khilafat. So, which is not acceptable by the common Muslim peoples throughout the world. In other parts of the world, people started movement against it. And in between this time in India also, Muslim people also started movement against this Khilafat activities done against the Britishers due to the Khilafat. So they urged the peoples to unite and join together. This Khilafat movement was started under the leadership of the Maulana Shaukat Ali and Muhammad Ali. They asked the Muslim peoples to come together and join hands to save the Khilafat. Gandhi unanimously support this movement because he wanted to unite the peoples of India as the Indians, not as Hindu Muslims. So he also expanded his support towards this movement. So in between this time, and another one is, and then after the Khilafat movement, the first biggest movement started by the Gandhi in all India level. The name of the movement is the Non-Cooperation Movement. Okay, so this Non-Cooperation Movement was started in the year 1920 and which is continued up to 1922. So this Non-Cooperation Movement was started due to the various causes. First cause was the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, and after the World War I, as we all know that World War was happened in the year 1914 and continued up to 1918. So after this movement, the economic conditions of the world was get ruined, and Indians also suffered due to this. Without participating into the war, why the Indians were suffered? Gandhi urged the Britishers to take proper measures to stop this economic exploitation. So in between this time, non-cooperation movement start. In this non-cooperation movement, peoples generally, all of the peoples of the country come out of the home, and Gandhi and other prominent leaders urged the people, they told the people to use the goods made in our country to avoid the foreign goods. And in between this time, many Swadeshi stores were opened throughout the country, from where people can easily buy the goods made in India so that they can boycott the foreign goods. So this is the main motto of the non-cooperation movement. At the time of the non-cooperation movement, huge number of the peoples, not only the men's, ladies and women also come out of the homes and actively participated in the movement at that time. So this non-cooperation movement was continued for the 2 years. In between this time, Britishers faced the huge economic loss because the Indians started boycotting the goods made in the British territory, and they started using the goods made by the Indian people. So after that, this movement was continued for the 2 years up to 1922, and due to the one incident, violence incident happened. And this incident was happened in Chauri Chaura, is the name of a place where the police station was attacked by the local common people. So when the Gandhi seen that movement was turned into the violence, he stopped the movement at that time. After the incident of Chauri Chaura, he stopped the movement here, and with this way, without producing any result, this non-cooperation movement was getting finished. So, but this non-cooperation movement was give a huge aspect towards the life of the Indians. They are now started to feel as Indians, and people now develop the feelings of nationalism, and people also wanted to get released from the hands of the Britishers. And after that, another incident happens. After this non-cooperation movement, Simon Commission came to India. The Simon Commission came to India to study the conditions of the Indians for their economic development and all. But in the Simon Commission, there was no Indian people are there. So British and Indian common people boycott this Simon Commission, and they told that we don't need any Simon Commission. And in between this time, this Simon Commission left India without producing any result. So after that, no more big incident happens. Small movements are going on throughout the country and the various parts against the explosion of the British. And then after this incident, this second huge movement which started all over the India was the civil disobedience movement, which started in the year 1930 and continued up to 1934. In between these 4 years, this movement is produced a huge result, and then various demands were put by the British government. Various demands were put by the India's peoples to before the Britishers to fulfill these demands. But Britishers were not in a position to fulfill these demands, that they don't want to fulfill the demands of the Indians. So Gandhiji started the civil disobedience movement. The main demands are prohibition of the use of intoxicants, change of the ratio of the rupee and sterling, reduction of the rate of land revenue, abolition of salt tax, reduction of the military expenditure, reduction of expenditure on civil administration, and various other issues are there. These are on the basis of these issues, this civil disobedience movement was started. This movement was started by Gandhiji by making the salt law. As you must have to know that Indians don't have the authority to produce salt at the time of the Britishers. So which is completely old situation for the Indians, that Britishers only can produce salt and they can sold it to the common people of India. So Gandhi not accept this act of the Britishers, and he go to in Gujarat, and so from Sabarmati Ashram he started march towards the Dandi, and huge number of people are also start the march towards the Dandi. In Dandi he break the salt law and he produced the salt from the sea by his own hands. So after this incident, the movement was started throughout the country. People started to break the various laws. People started boycotting schools and colleges. Not only the common people, students also participated into this movement in a huge number. Started from the students to old people, all are come out of the home and join hands with the Gandhi to fight against the British. So this movement was give a serious jolt to the British administration into the India. And not only this movement was done by the common peoples of India, but also by all sects of the peoples who are coming out of the home to fight against this movement. So in between this time, for some time the movement was getting stopped because the Britishers invited the Gandhi in a meeting in round table conference, which is known as Gandhi Arvind Pact, which is happened in 1931. But this all the movement discussions and meetings are proved failed. No result is produced by the discussion. So after this, Gandhi again started this movement in 1932, and in this time, Britishers were also demolished this movement with strong hand. They also wanted to control the movements by applying forces, and this also angered the common Indian people very much. The press also lost its authority. The British government issued the order that papers and newspapers cannot publish anything against the British government. So in this way, the movement was continued, and finally the movement was suspended in May 1933 and completely withdrawn the movement on 1934 after giving a huge jolt to the British government. So in between this time, in 1932, another incident happened which is known as Communal Award. Britishers now wanted to apply the policy of divide and rule into the Indian society. They urged the peoples, they give various awards to the common peoples of various peoples belongs to the other religions, including the Muslims, personalities, so that they wanted to divide the Indian society into the Hindus and Muslims. Gandhiji also stopped against this movement, and finally, after this movement, Britishers give some rights to the Indian people, and then it came to Government of India Act 1935. So in this Government of India Act 1995, Britishers give a chance to form the Indians the ministry, and after the election happened and Congress formed the ministry in 1937. But it also resigned in the year 1939 due to the lack of the facilities they got from the Britishers. They don't do for anything for the society. Everything was ultimately in the hands of the Britishers. Congress government find that there is no opportunities left for us, so they resigned in the year 1939. In between this time, after in 1940, All India Muslim League put a demand before the people or before the British government to divide the India 50-50, and they put the demand for the Pakistan and separate nations for the Muslim people. So this way another new demand came before the Indians to separation of the country, which is known as India and Pakistan. The Muslim majority areas were wanted to go under the hands of the Pakistans, and then Hindu majority areas were remain stay as India. And then in 1942 Cripps mission come. These Cripps missions were come under the Sir Stafford Cripps as a British cabinet. As a member of the British cabinet, they came to India to discuss the various issues with the Congress and Muslim League. So in between this time, Second World War also started throughout the world. The Second World War was started in the year 1939 and which is continued up to 1945. So in Cripps mission came to India in 1942. They wanted to discuss the things with the Indians to gain their support for the Second World War, because the condition of the Britishers were not so much good at that time. So they gave the demand to urge the Indians to support them, and after this war, India will get its independence. But Gandhi was not ready to support the movement, and he urged the peoples not to support this cause of the Britishers fully. This Cripps mission also went without getting anything. And after that, we will discuss in our next class. We will discuss about the Quit India movement, which is the last movement of Indian freedom movement. And after the Quit India movement, India got its independence. So we will discuss about these topics in our next class. So today after this, thank you. All of you, please stay in your home and follow the instructions given by the Ministry of Health Welfare, Government of India, and the outbreak of the COVID-19 virus. So please take care of yourself and stay at home. Thank you.